Welcome into 5 on your sideline. I am Corey Miller, and it's a big week for big games. Public schools, private schools, St. Charles County, St. Clair County, we've got you covered. So let's dive right into the highlights. I did not expect to see this score when I showed up to CBC and to Sept tonight, but I did. It was Spartan domination. The defense was suffocating. Look at all these Spartans forcing a fumble there. Next play on offense, well, just a casual bomb from Dylan Duff to Nathan Hatcher. Oh man, that's a bomb. 35-7 to Sept at that point. The next Sept play on defense, well, it's a pick from Josiah Houston. They are all over CBC. Even the Cadets highlights had a downside tonight. Buckeye commit Jeremiah McClellan takes this ball out of the Wildcat, goes about 90 yards for the parent TD. He even hits the OHIO at the end. But there's a penalty, no score. The Sept defense would finish it off with one more big play for good measure. Tip drill. Jason King ends up with it. It ends up in the end zone. Sept wins 49-14 over CBC. That's Mizzou head coach Eli Drinkwitz and tight end and Howell grad Brett Northfleet taking in the Vikings game with Troy Buchanan tonight before the big Mizzou game at the Dome tomorrow. Troy took 6 minutes to drive and score the opening kickoff in this one. Quarterback Hunter Keene, nice sleight of hand to get into the end zone. 7-0 Trojans it was earlier on here. Here comes the Keene touchdown. Sleight of hand, you see him there, he gets into the end zone. Howell's gonna respond 9 seconds later. Adam Shipley is gonna find Cameron Kaysen in the back of the end zone. Nice touchdown right there. Here we go, really quick. Howell, surprise onside kick. Next play was Shipley to Mizzou commit Jude James. Oh man, he's gone. He's gonna be a good one for the Tigers. Howell takes the lead. They went on to win it senior night 31-14. Battle of the unbeatens. Borgia at St. Dominic on homecoming night. Everybody looks great. Crusaders up first. Thomas Polium, he's used to finding the end zone, and he does it here again. 6 for Dominic. Borgia looking to put a drive together of their own. Nice pitch, nice catch. But St. Dominic had some other plans. The defense is going to step up. Nicholas Brentgarth is going to get the interception. St. Dominic beats Borgia 34-24 to remain undefeated. Alton and Belleville East, lots of scoring done before we even got there, but we still got some highlights. 1 second left in the first half. Alton with a chance. Riley Smith finds Jacavian Whitfield for the score. Our producer and Alton alum, Andy Mueller, he's proud of that one. East put on an offensive show tonight, though. Armand Vincent through the air. Justin Spears, big-time gain. And that's going to be Chase Boyd getting the rest of the way to the end zone on the ground. Lancers win big, 63-16 over Alton.
Tackle Hunger is sponsored by Neighbors Credit Union. Here you belong.
We do our best to find rivalry games for Game of the Week. We also look for schools that will step up to the plate to help tackle hunger. I don't think we could have picked any better game than Freeburg and Columbia tonight. I was out there bright and early this morning, and Freeburg was ready to play this game at 6 a.m. It's homecoming in Freeburg, and they welcome in bitter rivals in winless Columbia. But one thing is for certain, when these two teams get together, throw out the records.
You know, I remember playing a lot of these guys in, 5th and 6th grade, so it's, a pretty personal game for me. I want to make sure I fill the shoes of the people before me and leave a good year behind. I want to win. I hate losing.
It's always a good game, and you know how rivalry games go. You kind of throw the records out the window.
0-4? No, I don't believe any of that. They're a good football team, and they're going to be ready to play for Friday night.
All right, enough talk. Let's get to the action. Homecoming night at Freeburg, and they're going to strike first. Cole Stewart finds Tucker Murphy for 6. Big-time catch in the end zone. Look at the fireworks. There we go. Right there. There's the fireworks. Columbia up next. Mason Vogel is going to go airborne. Logan Hicks makes a great catch right at our camera. Nice shot, Eric Voss. Eagles would find the end zone soon after. This time it's Lucas Riebling, impressive catch. But it is Freeburg who hangs on with the 28-14 win for a happy homecoming night. Let's check out the tackle hunger battle now. And oh man, it was a big week. There's a look at some of the collections, and here comes the final tally. Columbia showed up in a huge way. 18,000 pounds of food collected. That was bolstered by an individual donation of 40,000 boxes of Airly crackers. Unbelievable. Freeburg had a good week too, with more than 8,000 pounds collected, and together they set a new tackle hunger record of more than 26,000 pounds. What a week. We cannot thank the schools enough. Well, the Missouri Tigers are coming to town this weekend where they have some fond memories at the Dome. This new crop of STL natives are looking to make some new memories. We'll hear from them after the break. Do not adjust your television sets. The Padres celebrating Hispanic Heritage Weekend, breaking out their City Connect unis. They look more like multi-flavors of sorbet. Cardinals down by a run in the sixth. Check that. Mason Wynn delivers his second homer in the big leagues. Right now, it is a tie game at 1-1. Mizzou is taking their show on the road this week, but it will be Dome Sweet Dome in St. Louis. The Zoo is coming to the Lou, boasting a roster filled with St. Louis kids. It's a homecoming and a recruiting pitch for the next wave of future Tigers.
Good snap, good place. Kick is up. It is. Yes, oh, the walk-off winner from 61. Harrison Mevis.
If Missouri wants to make sure last week's thriller isn't forgotten, they need to take care of business against Tigers of a different stripe on Saturday. It's Mizzou and Memphis at the Dome, a place familiar to some signature Missouri moments. This weekend, Mizzou will showcase just how much our town means to the program, with 18 St. Louis players on the current roster, and they are fired up for a homecoming.
It's like a dream come true. I never played in the Dome, so I'm excited to, see. It's gonna be a lot of my family there. I'm looking forward to seeing them, giving them a show, watching them, let them watch me play. I'm trying to go 1-0 there.
I'm a little lit. I got a lot of people hitting me up and all this trying to come to the game, but let people who ain't really able to come down to Mizzou just get a look at the Mizzou Tigers, so it'll be dope.
I know from my high school at Lutheran South, I just got text messages saying there's like 80 to 100 people coming out, so I mean it's what you've always dreamed about.
I know the Dome get real loud, so I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of my family gonna be there.
When you're a player that goes off to college, whenever that university comes home to play, it's just something to really be proud of. It's our largest alumni base, I believe, outside of Columbia. So I think it's a really good opportunity for our student athletes to put themselves on a showcase. And again, it's in one of the premier cities.
From Mizzou's starting Chaminade quarterback to their starting Lutheran South running back and their breakout East St. Louis wide receiver, there's no denying the importance of St. Louis to the success of Missouri football. And Coach Drinkwitz knows if you win the recruiting game in St. Louis, it'll lead to wins in real games on the field.
I think anytime you can take your product on the road to a city that you heavily evaluate and recruit, you want to put your best foot forward. And I'm hopeful for an unbelievable crowd and a great atmosphere. And then we got to do our part by executing.
Meanwhile, the Fighting Illini are coming off a spanking by 7th-ranked Penn State. After allowing the Nittany Lions to dominate the second half, they'll try to rebound against Florida Atlantic in Champaign. The goal for the month of September in football is to find out a team's identity. Trouble is, with a month almost over, the Illini are still searching.
I don't think offense, defense, or special teams you'd be able to look out there and say this is what Illinois' identity is. Literally just finished up with their offense. That was kind of my challenge. Is like, hey, I know what you want it to be, or what we want it to be as coaches. We know we've talked about it. Now we got to see it come to life on Saturday.
Up next, we're checking in with our other professional teams in town. City SC's regular season is winding down, and the Blues season, well, it's just getting started. We'll be right back.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
City SC will have payback on their minds tomorrow night in Minnesota. It was no April Fool's joke, but City Red was blanked at City Park. To make matters worse, the Loons cashed in a late penalty for the game's only goal. The Loons are 1 point out of a final playoff spot, so it'll be another tense atmosphere.
I think it's valuable. I think every team that we've been playing recently and every team we're coming up against has a real chance of something, right? So that we get good reps like this. We've been treating it like that internally, as if it were playoff games, and again, puts us to the test.
While many of the Blues players in camp are trying to earn playing time in Craig Berube's rotation, defenseman Scott Perunovich is just trying to be available to play all season. The former Hobie Baker Award winner has only played 58 games the past 2 seasons due to shoulder and wrist injuries. His aim is to simply be happy.
It's tough to be like that when you're injured. Not many positives going on, so I think if I'm happy the full year, that probably means I'm healthy and having fun, and I think that's the most important thing, you know, in your job and in life is to, you know, do what you love doing and be happy doing it.
That'll do it for 5 on Your Sideline tonight. I'm Corey Miller. Have a great night, St. Louis.